Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the cafe. As always, I am Barista. It's not just my name, it is also my title. Feel free to place your order at the counter. I will do my best. That is to say, you'll get what you want. We pride ourselves on good customer service here. I hope everybody is doing very well this fine Monday evening. I hesitated for a moment there because I literally could not remember what dang ass day of the week it was. Oops. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Whether or not that the weekend means, you know, if you're working for the weekend or if you're among those who have the weekends off. However it went, I hope it went as good as it could for you. And if not, or if today was particularly rough, because again, it's Monday, if you follow that quote-unquote normal work schedule. Well, whatever the circumstances, you're always welcome to kick back and relax here at the cafe, where we're gonna be getting back into a comfortably seated position in my chair, which also is not standing on my microphone wire. Hot chocolate, you got it, Nova. What size would you like that? And also, do you want any other flavorings in it? We have a, if I do say so myself, a quite kick-ass caramel hot cocoa. Yeah, even Valhalla itself advertised itself as a game to be played, you know, all sat back and comfy and everything. So, you get yourself settled in, we'll jump right back in. Now, frankly, it's been a hot minute. Large with that caramel, you got it. Do you want whipped cream on top? Like a little caramel drizzle? There are a couple coffee places near me that do that. Oh my god. Does that mean I just sit there and eat the whipped cream off of the hot chocolate before I drink it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Does it matter? Not really. Okay, so we're on day 11. We're at a break. Yes, please. You got it, friendo. It's gonna look like a regular size latte, but I promise you it's not. There you go. Yeah, so I don't remember what the hell's happening. I think Jill's really going through it. Only way to do it. You bet. You bet. As I recall, Jill's really going through it because she found out her ex-girlfriend, who she left on bad terms with, has passed away. She's beating herself up over it. The whole Apollo Trust Bank thing, I think, is pretty much resolved. We didn't find Say. Say found her way to us, and she's safe. I think her and Stella have met back up. You got it, Nova. I hope you enjoy. I suppose I should have asked if you wanted a non-dairy substitute first. But I'm also operating under the assumption you said you wanted whipped cream, so maybe regular milk is okay. If it's not, I will make you another one. But yeah, I think that's about where we're at. I think we're only a couple days before Mega Christmas, too. No dogs in sight. No, nothing in sight on the TV. Cool! Yeah, we'll have that guy up there. We're back. Been a minute since I listened to the soundtrack. By a minute, I mean, it's been since the last time I played this. Which was almost a couple of weeks ago now, which I feel a bit bad about. But it happens. Things happen. Life happens. We do our best, we live our lives. Okay then, back to work. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey there, Alma. She seems down. Maybe there's something I can give her to cheer her up. Let's try to cheer Alma up. She might like classy drinks, but what she really likes... I think her favorite is a Brandtini. That very much seems her speed. You know what? To try and especially cheer her up, we'll make it a big one for her. I remember one of the days Jill was saying that she likes classy drinks like Brantinis and Cobalt Velvets and stuff. Hey! And this? It's on me. Drink so you at least change your expression. Why not just say you're worried about me? You got the message anyway, didn't you? So, how is it? A Brantini, so you do pay attention to what I asked for. According to you, more than any of the men you've had in your life recently. So, yes. Yes, I do. You have quite the fixation with Brantinis. To be honest, they suit you. Hey, wanna hear a silly story? Always. Oh, same. Girl, I am comfortably seated. Spill it. When I turned 21, my dad and I went to a bar to celebrate. Just him and I. He told me to dress well enough that he, quote, looked like my sugar daddy. Very weird thing to hear from your dad, but okay. It was a fun night. We pretended at times we were dating. Managed to blow off some steam about my mom. The highlight was him ordering a Brantini for me. I've had plenty of drinks and gotten wasted plenty of times since I was 15, but that drink was different. It wasn't about getting drunk. The drink itself was the pleasure. He too said they suited me somehow. Oh? Ever since that day, he's called me Brantini Girl from time to time. Your dad sounds like a cool guy. Yeah, even the TV ad agrees. You should meet him sometime. So why are you deflating? Deflating? When I got sad and started sighing repeatedly, my grandpa would warn me that I would start deflating like an old tire if I kept it up. So what is it? Was it the news about people dressing in bunny suits after the whole Alice Rabbit boom? Nah, that is old news. I mean, it is a problem, but such a thing would only annoy me. Say, Jill, how's your mood right now? I want to ruin it by blowing off all my stored steam. Silly Alma, I've been feeling like utter shit for the last couple of days. You can't make me feel worse. So go ahead, unwind all your worries on me. Don't say I didn't warn you. I feel like this might call for something a little more mellow, a little more low-key. There we go. Okay, so remember my sister Diana? The one that separated from her husband and forgot her kids while fucking her way around or something? Perfect summary. I'll use it next time. God dang it. It wouldn't be me playing through Valhalla if I didn't accidentally start hitting the scroll wheel and looking back at the conversation of the things I literally just read. We're doing great. You're doing great, son! I didn't tell you the whole story then. More specifically, that she threw her husband out after months of abuse. Oh! However, that woman is incapable of getting a job and maintaining herself. And I mean that. She never even thinks about selling some stuff or trying to earn her bread. She just expects a guy to do all that for her. I have no idea why she turned out like that. Both my mom and dad were hard workers. I don't know, maybe she swung really hard the opposite way, said, "They work too hard, they don't pay enough attention to me, I'm going to be a lazy bum and have somebody do everything for me and pay me all the attention." Or something, I don't know. They even started a small shop to have something to do after retirement. Alma, my beloved, too. Listen, it's really hard to see with, like, the way her sprite is and everything. But, there's a reason that Dana calls her a titty hacker. It's like here's like where her shoulder line is, even just based on the angle she is. Her tits go out to fucking here. Like, girl, what are you hiding in there? Couple of Dobon honkeros. Massive the honka hanga hoogs. Humongous hanga nana nologangas. That, and she's just very pretty. She's stealing my hairstyle though, so I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, but overall I like her. I like her. Huh. So what does this fully capable woman do a couple of weeks later? Why, bring her abusive husband back, of course. What? Yeah, and the guy spent a couple of days with her before leaving her again. Had a nice couple of hot, steamy nights, and then he left. Well... Huh, you reacted my little brother and sister after hearing that. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no. So she's broke and can't even get enough for a bus. Even though she'd probably be glad to sell her ass just to get money. And it was up to me to pick her up. For the last couple of days, she left her kids with my parents. And being such sweet angels, they've made a mess out of the whole place. Bernardo and Eva are actually staying with me a couple of days to give them some peace. Doesn't help that I never got along with Diana. God damn it. So we're in the car and she asks how her kids are. And, of course, after all the built-up tension, I just exploded. First, I started ranting about how her kids are growing up seeing some messed up stuff. Start scolding her about not taking responsibility, not taking proper care of her children. Tell her that she's in no place to have all those escapades. After all that, she just says, "What the hell do you know? You don't have any kids." There are plenty of those, whatever those things are called, to go around. I know what they are, but I can't smell them. It's too close in spelling to a different thing, different anime thing for me to try. It's an ahoge. Like that. A-H-O-G-E. Like you said, they're fairly common in anime, and it's a joke, or at least at one point it was a joke within the Danganronpa community that was how you could tell who the protagonist was. Look for the character who had an ahoge. I don't know if that's still a thing because, yeah, no. No, thank you. Listen, I like to enjoy things, but there are some times where people put the dumb in fandom. Like, instead of like this, F-A-N-D-O-M, it's F-A-N-D-U-M-B. Big difference. Like, there's a reason it's a thing on TV tropes. Yeah, you slutty skank. I don't have any kids, but I'm not broke just because I refuse to take a job. I don't have kids, but I'm not leaving them in the first barely familiar house I find. I don't have any kids, but I'm not letting the guy that hit me on a regular basis back into my bed. I don't have kids, but I'm pretty much raised Eva and Bernardo, and they've turned out pretty damn well. I don't have any kids, but I'm not a cheap whore! Ah! Completely unrelated to her outburst. There are multiple things here. First off, her ahoge got even bigger, so she's trying to establish dominance. Second of all, the shadow of her tits is so much that the rest of her underneath that is just in shadow. Like, goddamn. Yes, dear. I'm just reading the voice lines. She's covering the thing! Yeah, first of all, where did you get a sword? Second of all, you can put it away. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for popping in just to see that I was okay. You can go back to whatever you're doing, and if I need your protection from the pixels in my screen, I will let you know. I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. I love my family and I put them above all else. But Diana is seriously pushing the boundaries of what I can allow. What you can allow? Girl, you already chewed her out and you're having a full-on rage fest right in front of my salad. Which, you know what, completely deserved. Frankly, she's way more forgiving than I would be in this scenario. I mean, she's more forgiving than me in general. Any way I could help? You just did. Eh? I know who I'm dealing with. I'm not one to let stuff like that get to me. I'm still angry as hell, though, and I couldn't just discuss this with any of my family members. Can't tell my mom, your daughter's a slut. I just needed to get all this off my chest, you know? Is this the part where I make a joke about it looking a little smaller as a result? No? Too much? Okay, fair enough. Well, from what I see, there's still a lot more to get off your chest. It's swollen as fuck. Jill! Oh, God. Jill, please. Now all you see here is filled with love and dreams. Is everyone in your family as busty as you? The worst offender is my dad, actually. Kidding, I'm kidding. Guess the only one that didn't get the big boobs gene was Eva. She insists on getting surgery or genetic treatment, but I tell her she's fine the way she is. And I'm sure she is. These can actually be more of a hassle than a blessing. Girl, same. Poor Bernardo, his breasts actually started growing when he was 8. It very well could be, Nova. Not sure there's any scientific legitimacy to this. I mean, I'm just a barista and almost just a titty hacker. No medical professionals here. I just hope I don't take too much from my mother's side of the family. My father's sisters still look quite young, but when menopause hit, my mom lost her looks rather quickly. Any good genes you got from your family, Jill? Good enough skin and hair, I guess. There's a thing about a shrimp allergy, but so far I haven't had problems with that. Oh, I see. Hey, you know what worries me the most about the whole Diana situation? How your nephews are turning out? If she leaves them with my mom, they'll turn out better than her, somehow. Actually, what worries me is, what if I end up like that too? How so? If I find a good man and I settle down, what if he turns out shitty? What if I have a sudden burst where I want to live my life and end up like that? What if I have kids and I end up neglecting them because of all of that? If you ask me, the fact that you're even worried about it is indication enough that you'll be fine. You think? I'm pretty sure. You said before that she pretty much married the guy after a couple of months, right? Yeah. No offense, but those are the kind of people who wouldn't even think about all that. Besides, if any guy ends up marrying you, it's because he passed your irrational standards. Hey, am I lying? No, but there are things best kept as unspoken truths. I wonder if I'll ever find a good guy. Girl, aren't you only like 27 or something? Like in your late 20s? You still got plenty of time. Calm down. You will. You'll know when the time comes. I sure hope so. For now, the time has come to get another drink. What can I get you? Give me something with ice, but alcoholic, please. Alright. Mom asked for something cold with alcohol. Too bad that isn't a search category, like with ice or whatever. We could get her a bad Dutch. Because we know she likes Class E drinks. And we know she likes... No, we can't give her the Fringe Weaver. We can't get her absolutely toasted. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think she's told us that she, or at least that Jill said something about that she likes, things like Cobalt Velvet, I think. Let's make it big. Why not? She's having a go of it. This bitch is literally half alcohol, so like... Here you go. Thanks. I needed to cool down a bit. That's why I'm here. So you said you felt shitty the last couple of days. Why? Don't think too much about it. Oh, come on. You heard my problems. I want to help you too. Don't worry too much. Right, I almost forgot to tell you something. What is it? My boss is throwing a mega Christmas party this Sunday. You want to come? Sure. Something tells me this mega Christmas is going to be a mess at my parents' home, so I'd rather avoid it. Time to get a therapist and rent a rage room. Oh, mood. I've always heard about those and thought it was a cool concept. But then if I ever thought about doing it myself, I would probably end up hurting myself somehow. Are you guys getting chicken? I can get one. To be honest, I wouldn't know. You can bring it if you want. It won't go to waste. Gotcha. Say, Jill, what's your favorite part of the chicken? Favorite part? Guess I like legs the most. Really? I like breast better. Breast is a bit too simple, don't you think? Legs have a better texture. I'll be androgynous passing in no time. Hell yeah. If that's the goal for you, I support that for you 100%. So I don't think you were being sarcastic, so I'm pretty sure that is at least something you want to do. I don't know, I'm making assumptions. Don't mind me. Whatever the case, you know I support you and I care about you. Maybe, but simple is usually better. Breast is easier to enjoy than legs, and a lot less messy. You silly girls. Boss? You're there talking about breasts and legs when everyone knows the best parts are the wings! Boss? What's that? Spicy chicken wings. Where did you get spicy chicken wings? From a spicy chicken. You know, spicy chicken, the shop 2 blocks from here. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Why are you carrying a bucket of spicy chicken wings? Why aren't you carrying a bucket of spicy chicken wings? Well, because... Thought as much. Yo, Armitage! Alma. I know what I said. Will the chicken you're talking about be cooked already? Might need to heat it up. But it'd be cooked otherwise. Great! I expect you here Sunday at 8 p.m. Look, boobs on a woman are amazing, perfect, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I would agree with that. But on me, nope. You know what? That is very fair. But you're also non-binary, so you are not a woman. And if you do not want them, that's... yes. What I'm trying to say is, I hope you're able to achieve your goals, but I think you look fantastic as you are. Thanks. Anyway, I'll be back to my office. She left the bucket. Want some? Don't mind if I do. Oh, mild spice. Nice. Weird. Maybe she got a mixed-up order and that's why she left them here. She usually orders stronger stuff. I found buckets that make my throat itch just from being near them. Oh. Say, Jill, what kind of guys do you like? That's a sudden question. I'm not too picky with guys, to be honest. I want them to be decent enough. What's that meme about, like, people bisexuals are attracted to? It's like a couple of decent guys and, like, every woman ever. Something like that. Look at all this positivity and love in the chat. Nothing but love for everybody. Not jealous, not aggressive, responsible enough to keep a job. That's no good. Do you like him buff? What about tall? Listen, if you're gonna call Gil a fuckboy and tell me I should get with him, that's probably not gonna happen. No tattoos or piercings, I guess. Never liked either. What about you? I like them well dressed. If they go out in iron shirts and well-coordinated clothes, they're sure to catch my eye. Some muscle's always fine too, but sharply dressed males catch my attention faster. And yet you're still single. That's how I like my men. My potential husband, on the other hand, is another matter entirely. I see. So, can you get me a drink here? The spicy wings turned out to be spicy. What do I get you? Anything, as long as it helps me with the spiciness in my mouth. Okay. Give her something to help her get over the spiciness of the wings. Yeah, just what she'll want. A drink that's also burning. I don't know, maybe something sweet? Still really want to give her... You know what, fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Let's give her a big bad touch. Big bad touch. This might help. Yep, it did. Thanks. Alright, so next question. What kind of girl do you like? You first. Sorry, I don't swing that way. Well, damn! Sure, I have no qualms about saying a girl is cute or cool, but... Nope, I prefer men in my bed. Now you. Shit, just calm down. I guess I like girls with light-colored hair. Light-colored hair? Yeah, you know, like redheads and such. What about white, like your boss? You were just setting me up for that comment, weren't you? Listen, Jill, everybody and their grandpa knows that you have a big crush on Dana. It's not hard to set you up for that. There we go. Sorry, it's just that when she got here with the bucket of wings, your eyes pretty much started sparkling. Your whole behavior transformed. You became giddy and cheerful all of a sudden. Hey, I can't blame you. She's pretty nice. I just felt like teasing you. So, light-colored hair. What about blondes? Do you like me? And so I said, let's change the subject. Yeah, I guess. Let's say I'm into girls too and I start hitting on you. Would you go along with it? Nice body, pretty face, and a good apartment? I would never let you go. Okay then, enough tangents. Why don't you tell me why you were feeling shitty these last days? What? Oh, that. Told you not to think too much about it. And I told you I want to know. Come on, Jill, you've heard my problems so many times, now I want to help you. Come on, come here. Eh? I told you to sit here, come on. What? What are you? There she is. Hi, Jill. Like I said, I think this is like the first actual good look that we're getting at Jill. She's so cute. Even if she's very bamboozled as to how she got to this side of the bar. Yes, Miss Julianne Stingray herself. Don't tell her I called her that, she'll get mad. Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10. What are you? Alright then, now I'm the bartender and you're the client. Hardly, the bartending station only works with me. I see. Okay then, move this here, click this here, and what? Now works for you, me, and that dog in a Hawaiian shirt. So, that whole thing that just happened, with the logo that popped up and everything, it gives very strong implication, without ever actually confirming, that Alma is in fact, at the very least, involved with Alice Rabbit, because she had that same blonde hair bunny logo pop up, along with like the same color font at the bottom with all the zeros and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's never actually confirmed, but that gives it a very... it gives a lot of credence to the theory. I don't even know why I'm calling it a theory. Anyway. Why with him, too? He's a dog in a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Right, and how did you even manage to... Oh yeah, hacker. Right. Now we've changed roles. You've been feeling shitty. Mind telling me why? It's a long story. I don't even know where to start. It's such a long story and such a confusing situation, I almost got my voices for them backwards. Start from the beginning. Even though Jill's voice is just my normal voice. Okay then. Something that goes back to my college years. Whoa. That's taking it way back. Again, I think this calls for something more mellow. As much as I would love to be listening to something like Good for Health, Bad for Education, I don't think that would be appropriate right now. Back in compulsory education, I never made too much of an effort, but I managed to get high grades. Even in PE, I managed to do well enough to always get perfect grades. Then, of course, when I got to college, shit just started getting hard. I had this perfectionist streak that wouldn't let me fail anything. Girl, same. Burning my eyelashes studying, I eventually managed to keep up good grades. After about half of the career, I met a student teacher. Her name was Lenore. Well, thank you, Nova. Blah, blah, blah. The fact that Jill, like, is meant to be a sort of a self-insert, but also has her own whole fucking thing going on, is something, it's one of the things I really like about this game. Like, how easy it is to kind of slip into her shoes, but then there's shit like this where it's like, oh yeah, Jill is in fact her own fucking character. Like, there's a lot that we learn about her as a character throughout the game. Like this whole thing with Lenore, or how her mom's like a fucking French violinist. Things like that. It's different from like the coffee talk barista because that one's way easier to just sort of insert yourself because we don't see the barista very much or learn much about them outside of, oh, spoiler alert, they're Silver's kid who's traveled back to the past to ensure their own existence. That's mostly it. And that they're like they're like at least part alien, and the time travel saving thing is their own superpower. Other than that, we don't learn too terribly much about the barista. Whereas, again, Jill gets her own character arc that we get to see both first person and through some things like this, where we are playing as Alma, or that time that we had Dana come over, where we learn about her through like a third person kind of view. Three hopes the same. They're a self-insert but have their own lore. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. She helped me a lot with my studies. She even got me into stuff that gave more credits. I really liked her, and after some time I found out she liked me too. Oh ho ho ho. Byleth is kind of the same, but not as much. Yeah, I was never... I mean, I've told you this, Nova. I've never had the ability to get into the Fire Emblem games very much, if at all. So I don't know if it's the case with a lot of the more recent ones, or it's like, oh, this is a character, they have a name, they have, you know, alternate appearances, but what's their game? Like, what's their backstory? I don't... It's a solid meh from me. We started going out and met all of her family even, and... You want a drink? What? A drink. Around this time, there's usually a pause that makes you offer a drink to the client. Yeah, that would have been probably after I said her name. You're a little late on the uptake there, Alma. There was no such pause. Please, I want to test this whole bartending interface. A sugar rush, then. You can't mess that up. Right. Jill asked for a sugar rush. How did this thing work again? I'm pretty sure it's literally, yeah. I'm assuming since Jill is technically at work, we don't want to get her drunk. So we'll just give her, you know what? Hydrate or dihydrate, we'll give her a big sugar rush. Here. Thanks. How is it? Like I said, can't mess up a sugar rush. I have this gut feeling that with your body, you'd make a better bartender than me. You're selling yourself too short. You're cute, you know. People don't go to bars for cuteness, though. You've obviously never been to a cat bar, then. Besides, my boobs can be a hassle when trying to move around this kind of stuff. So, keep telling the story. Ugh. Yeah, probably not a great idea. Well, as the career went on, it got harder and harder. Last year and a half of it became nothing but study session after study session, investigations, my thesis. When the graduation ceremony came, I had to make a speech, and suddenly, while reading said speech, I almost had a panic attack. Fear of public speaking. I realized I lost about a year and a half of my life. Tried to remember if I did anything fun at all, but all I could remember was studying and investigating new topics. I didn't even enjoy doing all of that, so I was just standing there and, ah! Hello, everybody! Welcome on in! Welcome, raiders and new patrons. I am a barista. That is not just my title, it is also my name. Welcome into the cafe. I hope you are all doing well this evening. How was your stream, Tricky? Minecraft Monday? Meowdy, meowdy, howdy, howdy. Ooh, you got a Minecraft cat farm now? They forced me to uwu for bits. I mean, I guess I must be built different, because I will uwu for free. Like this. Uwu! Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good stream. I was able to pop in for a little bit, and it looked like a good time. I mean, it's always a good time with you, but I digress. If you got a raid and run, go take care of yourself. Get a drink, get some food, go to the restroom, go to bed. You do what you do. I don't like how my woos sound, but it was a good stream. Bergie's Cozy Kitchen working, so folks were ordering burgies. Yeah, I think I joined in at one point and I was like, this doesn't look like Minecraft. What mod is this? So I sat there watching it for a minute and then it was like, oh, this is something completely unrelated. Yes, please go to bed. Take care of yourself. Get some rest. Thank you for bringing everybody over. Couldn't do a high-pitched woo, but I could totally do a cursed one. Night-night! How are we defining cursed there, Nova? Are we saying, like, ooh? Or something? Yeah, if there are any of y'all who want to stick around from the raid, we are playing Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Title's up here. I forget what day it is. I don't know anymore. It's a couple days before Mega Christmas, which is just Christmas but in the future, with more capitalism, more commercialism. How cursed do you want it to be? I don't know. You're the one who said cursed, so that's your bar to set. So this character who's in front of us is actually the character we normally play as. This is Jill. She's the bartender. She's been going through a pretty rough time lately. She received some personal bad news that she's, trying to work through. And her friend, who is also one of the patrons of the bar, Alma, has insisted on reversing the roles and being the listening and caring and understanding bartender that Jill usually is for her. So yeah, normally we don't get to see Jill because we're seeing everything through her eyes. We are Jill, and Jill is us. Right now she's telling Alma, everything about why she's been feeling so bad the past couple of days. Which, if this is a game that you want to go and play for yourself, by all means I would suggest you do that. Like I said, we're decently, far into it at this point, so it's, very spoilery. On the other side of shit, streamer, you get points or bits to do. That I can do. I don't know, I've thought about doing some kind of voice redeems and stuff like that, but at the same time I wouldn't know which ones to do, so eh. Yeah, right now Jill is in the middle of telling us about how her college career went and how she kind of feels like she wasted a year and a half of her life doing stuff she didn't necessarily enjoy doing. Or as she says, I didn't even enjoy doing all that. So I was just standing there and the satisfaction of graduating was minimal. I realized I'd only gone through the motions day after day, from high school to graduating. I felt like whole years of my life had slipped through my fingers. I never stopped to think if I enjoyed what I was doing. In fact, I never stopped. But at that point, I stopped, had the hiccups, and realized I needed a breather or something. Did I even like that career? It was all terrifying as hell. I needed all of my strength not to start running like a panicked mess. So, a couple of months later, I get an offer to start working at this big research facility. Lenore was ecstatic. She was so proud of me back then. I was just scared. That would be my job. I'd spend my life expanding on what I did during that year and a half. What if I had sudden realization like the one I had at graduation, but when I turned 40? I didn't know what to do, but I sure as hell wasn't taking that offer. I told Lenore, she freaked out. She confessed that she was jealous because she never got such a chance. Things devolved pretty quickly. She said one too many things. I said one too many things. In the end, I just stormed out of her house and I broke a vase in the process. After that, I never spoke to her again. Damn. I'm sorry, I suddenly feel bad for pushing you to tell me all that. Why are you feeling shitty about that after all this time, though? Unless you've been feeling shitty for years. I have, but it's not just because of that. Huh? The other day, Lenore's sister, Gabrielle, came to this bar. Apparently, Lenore died last week. Localized nanomachine rejection. A heart attack. Apparently, she had it for a long time, but never told anyone. And coincidentally, it got worse after I left. I just can't stop thinking about it, wondering if me being there would have made a difference. And if it's true that she had that for a long time, why didn't she tell me she was sick when we were together? I don't know, I just feel like all kinds of failure. Jill. And to make it worse, I also lashed out at Gabby. Yes, she was blaming me for her sister's death and all, but she's just a kid, for fuck's sake. She lost the sister that pretty much raised her on her own. And to top it all off, I suddenly can't remember what stopped me from apologizing. Pride, fear, stupid effort to leave the most awesome person I loved as a thing of the past? Who cares? I lost my chance to apologize forever. Truly, forever. Such a piece of shit. Selfish piece of shit. I honestly don't know what to say. I didn't expect the story to be this. Yo, boob tender. Yes? Can you get me a big beer here? Coming right up. A big beer, big beer, big beer. What makes a beer big in this thing? Don't worry, Alma, I got you. I'm so good at this. Big beer. Big beer for Jill. Thanks. Ah, she's smiling a little bit. She's so cute. I need to remember to take care of the cans in my apartment. Do you drink lots of beer? One of the perks of the BTC-issued liver implant is that I can drink lots of beer without getting too wasted. Oh. Hey Jill, what kind of girl was Lenore? Well, she was calm and smart. Back in college, I was too thick-headed and got riled up easily. Stressed was my default state. So, just like you're behaving right now. Shut up, I was worse. Can't picture that. Don't. It's embarrassing. Anyway, she was always there, finding a way to cool me down. She was also able to hold conversations about pretty much any topic. One time I saw her go from talking about video games to talking about sports. All that variety while still being a hardcore scientist. She would always push me into social interactions. If she saw me by myself, she would drag me with her. Watching people is fine, but talking to them is better, she would say. Lenore would always present me to her many acquaintances as the girl I don't mind cuddling with for hours. Man, I'm gonna miss her. After a point, I didn't even think about getting back into a relationship with her, but she was such an awesome person. I just wanted to apologize. And now... You know, in a cruel twist of irony, she's the one that made me pick up bartending. Oh? Back when I was thinking what the hell to do with my life, I remembered a night we spent in a club. She started talking about how the drinks were synthesized, chemistry involved, the reactions, all that. Everything sounded so fascinating. I remember saying that her talk made me want to start mixing drinks. She said, if everything else fails, why not take up bartending? Huh. Interesting. Are you okay? For some value of okay, yeah. Again, how are we making this definition? It's just I wanted to thank you, Alma. Thank me? I guess I just needed someone to tell all of this to, and you were the one. You volunteered yourself. You insisted on listening to me. You stood there listening to the whole thing from beginning to end. I know I might not be the most expressive person, and I'm not one to spout love and fluffiness, but I really like you. Maybe I'm just a bartender and you're just a client. But I really appreciate your friendship, or at the very least your patronage. I really enjoy working for you. Jill, are you dying? Shut up! I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart here! Yeah, boob tender, calm down. Jeez. Jill's over here bearing her heart and soul, and you're just like, bro, you dying? Like, what? No, also, before I forget again, let me do something real. I know he's already gone off, but really, Tricky is a chill guy. I deeply enjoy his streams. I love how I'm listed as a raider in my own chat now. It's because I had him pulled up on the side. Yeah. If you like a chill atmosphere and you also like trains, Tricky is definitely the guy to go see. I know he does Minecraft Mondays, and then I know a lot of other times he does this game called Derail Valley. It's all about trains and stuff. He likes trains. He likes sharing info about trains. Even if you're not super into trains, he's just a cool guy to listen to. Sorry. It's just weird for you to get so sappy. Well, I just realized that the saddest thing is how I'll never be able to make amends. And it hurts like fucking hell, you know? I never, and I mean never, want to feel that way ever again. I don't want someone to suddenly exit my life and have my last memory of them involve something nasty. I don't want the lingering grief of having burned a bridge on a whim. I want to avoid that at any cost. And if it means breaking character every once in a while, so be it. I'll let everyone know how I really feel about them. If I ever fight with them, I'll swallow my pride, muster all the courage I can, and be the one to apologize. I hate feeling like this. Hate it. Hate it. That's a nice resolution. Maybe I'll be a copycat and do the same. Alright, enough sappiness. Get back here. I'm on duty, you know? Fine. It's almost closing time anyways. It was fun while it lasted, though. Hey. Yeah? I mean it, you know. Thanks for everything today. Silly Jill. You listen to my problems and I listen to yours. That's what friends are for, right? Right. I'll be leaving now. Oh, before I forget. Did you ever talk about all this with your parents? They know the basics, but I haven't told them about Lenore's death yet. Why don't you do that sometime? I don't know, I don't want to bother them with my problems. Don't be silly, they're your parents. They live to share your problems. You should try having a talk like this with them at some time. They'll appreciate it. Anyway, I'm out. See you on Sunday. Take care. That Alma girl sure is nice. Boss, did you hear all that? Not all of it, but a good chunk at the very least. Your expression changed a lot already. It did? You look happier. That's always good. Anyway, let's call it a day. I expect an even brighter Jill tomorrow. Right. Oh yeah, boss, about those chicken wings? Fucking idiots at spicy chicken. Sorry, Dana, we don't have enough spices for your order until tomorrow, they said. Is that how they treat their regulars? Call the manager. Boss? Total earnings. $30,690. Total drinks today. $970. Oh no! I made a mistake! I don't know if I did that today or, earlier. Oops. Oh well. Still made 25% commission. Payment of $242.50. 300 in tips. No flawless service bonus. Because I fucked up somewhere. Oh well. Dana says, cherish Titty Hacker. She's a good friend. Total transfer of $842.50. Right now our total fundage is $11,271.50. Your account was charged $8,000 as payment for your electric bill. Have a nice day. Jill's power didn't get cut. This gives her peace of mind and she'll focus at work with no problem. Bill paid. Didn't you have a boyfriend named Bill? Yes, we got just over $3,000 right now. Oh yeah, it's Mega Christmas Eve. Let's see what's on Totally Not Reddit today. Think we've read all of these? Why is the camel blurry? Yeah. We read that one before. I don't think we read this one. Grand Slam Fighters. Is anyone into wrestling here? I became a huge fan of GSF very recently. It's a pretty solid product, IMO, much better than the E. I like the match quality, but I wish they gave more importance to the mid-card. Are they still forcing 66 American Kid into the main event? Yep, he's gonna face Yusuke at the Dome show. Ugh, why don't they push the great DK instead? He's much more talented than 66. The American Kid actually moves merch, unlike your indie darling. Onamiri Yusuke! Who's hyped for the Women's Championship? That one should be the main event, not the turd we're getting. 66 is pretty good, just watch some of his work in Japan. Everyone tells me 66 was better in Japan, but all I see is locks and arm bars. Nothing that impressive. Wrestling is fake. Thread is closed. Amazing how I know all the words, yet understand nothing. Let's see what's on the news today. Lilim receiving mysterious messages. Update. Looks like we were able to record and transcribe one of the messages sent from one of the compromised signals. Joe Wren, the anchor from our popular TV newscast, served as our very own test subject for the investigation. Who are you? Are you really alive? You're special to me. You're everything to me. It's time to become one. Developing. Spooky. Or a made-up story. Nanomachine rejection has taken 80 lives this year. The Health Observatory just released their annual report on nanomachine rejection cases. Total number of reported cases has risen to 80, an increase from the 65 cases reported last year. Nanomachine pollution was particularly strong this year due to the recent protests, wrote the observatory. Protests caused the police force to release new varieties of nanomachines. Their function is still unclear, but according to our sources, they're intended for crowd control purposes. It's unlikely we'll find a cure in the near future. We can only hope that cases like these will become more rare in the following years. Oh, that was the end of it. Jill says, I wonder if she's among those 80, referring to Lenore. And Model Warrior Julianne returns this February. The classic magical girl show Model Warrior Julianne is coming back to public television this February after almost 2 decades of absence. Even though the show has been on every on-demand service for a while now, most of Glitch City's citizens need to think twice before subscribing to any non-essential service, especially the lower classes who have a limited number of internet purchases per year. The show's return is certainly welcome. Today's parents will finally be able to share a piece of their childhood with the kids without risking dinner or breakfast. Oh, hydrate and a stretch, you got it. Put it to the sip. Okay. Again, that was like the very end of the article. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch, Nova. Both myself and my spine appreciate it. Four says, is that a tear in your eye? Jill says, no. Haha. Again, that's one of those things we know for a fact that Jill absolutely loved Model Warrior Julianne growing up. But other kids making fun of her for liking it so much is why she hates being called by her full name. Why she insists on being called Jill instead of like Jules or Julianne. There wasn't a thing on Kira Mickey. No, okay. We're still not gonna spend our money on nano camo because I know well, Jill's rent is gonna be due, and I don't know how much that is. And I already fucked up, so I don't know if that's gonna, like, completely fuck me over. Until then, let's go to work. And if we're having a mega Christmas party tomorrow night, like tomorrow in-game, then we're not gonna be working. And if the rent is due on, like, the 30th or the 31st, things could go badly. Good evening. Speaking of wrestling, let's put it on. Hey Jill. How are you feeling? I won't say good, but not that bad, I guess. That's nice to hear. Where's Gil? Did he run away again? Nah, I have him on errand duty, buying the drinks for tomorrow. That sounds weird coming from the owner of a bar. Every drink from here would come out of our own funds. So if we're gonna spend money, we might as well get more variety. Yeah, true. Besides, those kind of walks are always good for Gil. For the boss. Oh, God damn it. Okay, that worked. Who's coming so far? Well, there's the 3 of us, the dogs, you invited Titty Hacker, Gil invited Jamie. Oh yeah, I also invited Dorothy when I called her to spend the night with you. Sounds good so far. Invite anyone else you feel like inviting. More the merrier. I could, but I bet everyone's made plans by this point. That's true. I'll be in my office. Call me should anything arise. Alright. Yeah, but there could still be people who are alone on Mega Christmas. God damn it. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Wait here, I'll check inside. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, a BTC bar. Excuse me, do you know where the Athena Convention Center is? How does that place make people get lost so easily? Well, I mean, I'm glad you know what they're talking about, Jill, because I don't have a fucking clue. They should have called it the Minotaur Center. Haha. Because getting there is like, you know, going in the labyrinth, I bet. Hold on, let me scribble the directions on paper. Thanks. Right, when you see a building filled with hobos, this should be it. Thanks a lot. Anything else I can help you with? Thank you for giving Tricky another shout-out, Dusk. I appreciate it. No, what the hell? I'll have a drink. What about you? A Brandtini, please. Right. Girl asks for a Brandtini. The Lillim freaks me out. Well, if they're going to some kind of convention or party thing, we'll just give her a regular. Actually, you know what? A Brandtini doesn't... It only has 2 Karmatrine in it. Here you are. Thanks. That's an interesting outfit in this cold season, miss. Well, I'm actually cosplaying, so call me Vela for the time being. And your Lillim friend is? Essentia. I get it. You're cosplaying too? Sure, let's go with that. Have you heard of a game called Yick Bartender? I think it's like something Y2K, but I forget what it actually stands for. That cult classic game that has seen like 3 remastered versions made by 6 different companies this year. Which, if I'm remembering correctly, also did not do as well as they thought it would. Like, initially, so this kind of line is extra silly. That one. We're in a cosplay group dedicated to it, and we got lost on the way. I heard you talking to someone outside. Oh yeah, a friend is cosplaying as Alex. We told him to wait outside. Shouldn't he enter? He'll be fine. Something amiss? There's a girl behind you. Short hair, black sailor uniform, missing an arm. What, is she seeing Anna somehow or something? Wearing jeans under a skirt. Yeah, because I think that was how Anna was described. Now, don't spook the bartender. Spook? Anything else? I'll get a fluffy dream and be on my way. And you? I'm fine. Bella asked for a fluffy dream. The Lillim still freaks me out. And we'll make it 3. Age mix. Fluffy dream. Here. Yep, this is the thing. Seriously though, should you leave your friend outside like that? He'll be fine. He started chatting with one of the vending machines. They were talking about R&B music. Does your friend prefer the 1980s R&B or the 1970s? 1980s, I think. Ah, shit. Boss! Dee Dee! R&B! I'm coming! You see, Dee Dee is a 1970s purist. He has tased people for even liking 1980s R&B before. He got tased! Oh, God. He'll be fine. Vending machines have very weak tasers. He'll be confused for a couple of minutes, but that will be that. You should go check on him, though. Right. Thanks again for the directions. Please come again? At least it wasn't Franco-Belgian comic opinions this time. Black sailor uniform? I hope I'm just overthinking it. Yeah, I mean, you're just mildly getting haunted. More importantly, though, jeans under a skirt? Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey, Dorothy. Oh, yep, there she is. Hi, Anna. But why she showed up when Dorothy was here, and not like when they were talking about her? Because usually when somebody mentions something about Anna, she pops up in the TV like that. But she came in when Dorothy showed up. It's weird. Are you okay?
I just kind of wandered in here. I guess I'm a bit distracted.
Did Lilin just wander? Can I get you something?
Sugar rush. Yeah, that.
Right. Dorothy seems down. She asked for a sugar rush, but hasn't she told me about a drink that cheers her up? I believe she has. I think she said something about Piano Woman. At least I think that's what it is. I really hope I'm not wrong on this one because I like Dorothy. She's very out of pocket, and the reason that I have like the sexual themes tag and everything. The sexual themes and significant profanity and vulgar tag. But that's neither here nor there. Here we go.
This is...
Didn't you say you liked having a piano woman whenever you felt like celebrating or when you were feeling down?
I did? Wait, I did! You actually remembered such a thing.
Pog! Dorothy Pog!
You're so sweet.
I was half expecting her to say that she meant a literal piano woman. Glad I was wrong. She's so happy she's pogging. Also, can we hold on a sec? Her little eye things quickly flash and turn into hearts because she's so excited. By the way, thanks for staying with me the other day. Turns out I really needed that. So did you enjoy the soda?
Oh, did you find that one out?
Was it supposed to be a secret?
No, but don't go around telling everyone about that. I did it because it was you who needed my help. But a hug night is usually one of my most expensive services.
It is?
Hey, I don't know if the client has body odor or something like that. Not to mention it limits the chances of getting any other client that night. Still, did it help?
Yeah, helps me cool down a lot.
So, from what Dana told me, someone close to you died, right?
Yeah. You want to know more about it?
You want to tell me about it?
I've brought it up enough times already, I think.
No problem then. You were sad, and that's all I needed to know. Sorry for the loss, though. I mean it.
Thanks. Although I've wondered for a while, do you, Lilin, really understand death?
Sorta, kinda. Our whole database is constantly being backed up in the collective source. Even if our bodies are destroyed, we can be deployed again with our personalities and memories intact. So our concept of mortality might be different. We do have a fear of death, though.
You do?
We can't even begin to understand the idea of not being redeployed. While we have built-in warnings, the mere idea of that nothingness is paralyzing. There are a few that don't mind it, but we do fear death, and we don't wish it on anyone. In fact, that was the argument used for abolishing the whole 3 laws thing.
You seem quite knowledgeable about robot history.
Seeing what others have done to make sure I can live like I do helps me not take things for granted. Seriously though, those laws were bullshit. Can't harm humans, can't disobey humans unless it's about hurting them. And you can protect yourself as long as it doesn't harm humans. I mean, sure, the first AIs were just helpers and tools. But how could those laws still apply to them after they achieved self-awareness? Who in their right mind would abide only by rules inscribed in some old book?
If I remember correctly, those were only the distilled versions of the laws some writer imagined over 100 years ago. Isn't that like fucking Asimov? They were a reduced version of all his ideas. However, many authors afterwards took them like they were the very laws of physics or something. Yeah, isn't that like Isaac Asimov? I think. I could be completely wrong. I've never actually read it. Like, I know what's being referenced, but I don't actually know about it. And like many other things, people distill and exaggerate what they need and use it to their favor. Wow, you're a nerd. Look who's talking.
Let's change the subject a bit, though. Mood's getting gloomy. Your apartment is very comfy, you know?
Tad small, though. Sorry about that.
And your cat is so cute. What was his name again?
4.
Why 4?
Figured if he ever got lost, at least I would be able to at least I wanted to be able to yell, 4! Happened once. You'd be surprised by how many golf players you run into.
And every time you play with him, you can say it's for play.
Yeah. He was also named after someone.
Really? Who?
A Lilum kid that wanted to transcend.
What? A movie character or something?
Sure, let's go with that. Do you want anything else?
Let's see if you know me that well. Give me something I'd like.
Okay then. WWDO. What would Dorothy order? I think she tends to prefer sweet things. Or just in general, she likes sweet things more than pretty much anything else. We already did the piano woman. That got her in a good mood. I feel like any one of these, like the Sugar Rush or Berry, would go well for her. You know, I know she was asking for it before, just as a fucking thing. Let's do a Sugar Rush for her this time. It would work a lot better if we actually made it right. Yeah, because I think these are the kinds of drinks she prefers. You know, something sweet and happy. Give her a big Sugar Rush. Here you are.
This one's pretty basic, huh?
First drink ever created on this system. Still a favorite of the people up till today.
Can't blame them. I still can't believe you actually remembered what I said about the piano woman.
Pog! It's always good to keep note of what regulars like, you know? I've wondered for a while, though. Why do you keep coming back here?
For you, of course!
Come again?
Why else would I come if not to see you? You're one of the few people willing to hear me out, always filled with curiosity. And you're cute. Talking to cute people is always nice. There's also the bar, the way it's insulated from the noise of the city. It's really comfortable. And it's just a bit away from the street I'm always at. A win-win situation.
I see. It's weird to see you down, though, especially since you're always so lively.
Oh, I wasn't down, really. I was just thinking about a lot of things.
Like what?
Well, my mom, the guardian, asked me to go home on Monday for a bit. As much as I love her, being with her is usually tiring.
Guardian. The whole thing about someone taking care of a Lilum after they're deployed until they reach maturity, right?
Yep, I'm proud to say that I reached psychological maturity in just 1 year. They always try and keep a varied pool of volunteers to make the collective source grow faster.
So what's wrong with your guardian?
Well, she still treats me like a kid. The worst part is that sometimes I fear she might see me as some sort of replacement for her dead daughter.
Huh? Dead daughter? What, is that different? Oh, that's probably definitely different than the whole Ingram paying her to be his daughter.
I was deployed to her not long after she lost her daughter. A contrived coincidence, really. Even when I was still developing self-awareness, I always feared she might be using me as a replacement. She didn't, though, or at least not consciously. At times, she would just stop doing something or return a gift she's given me, if she felt like she was projecting too much of her daughter onto me. What irony that years later, I'd make a living pretending to be someone else in the bedroom.
How's that?
Well, most of the time my job involves role-playing. A daughter, a student, some helpless kid. It means I've gotten many clients looking exactly for that, but on the other hand, from a professional standpoint, I'd rather have them hire me because of me. Because of my character, not because I'm the one that role-plays as little girls. Maybe I need to exaggerate some attribute.
What's the problem with your guardian, then? Do that on a daily basis. Why worry about it?
Because I don't want to make her sad. Every time I visit her, I fear she might look at me and see her daughter, that seeing me makes her sad. At this point, I don't even care if she's projecting her daughter onto me. I just don't want to make her feel sad.
Did you try talking with her?
How so?
Telling her just what you said to me. Clear up those fears. I mean, unless she's not the kind of want anyone opening up to her, that is.
I never really thought about talking to her about that. Doesn't sound like something you just bring up, though.
Keep it in mind, at least. Maybe she'll appreciate the gesture. I wouldn't know, though. I haven't met her.
She's a really nice woman. The problem is mostly with me, I think.
Well then, I'm taking my break.
Oh, I'll be leaving then.
No, what I was trying to say is that I'm taking my break. You wanna come?
Really?
You don't mind talking on a chilly night in an alley behind the bar, that is.
I've done worse in alleys. Let's go.
Boss, I'm taking my break. Alright. In that image, it also looks like, and even here, it looks like Dana also has an ahoge. God damn it. I mean, if anybody else is the main character, it would definitely be Dana. Because Dana's also the one that, like, canonically has some kind of crossover into the world of Cyberpunk 2077. Or at least that futuristic world, that cyberpunk world.
Want one? Are you really offering a little girl a cigarette?
Now you're a little girl?
I always am. Innocence, however, is another matter entirely. But anyway, thanks, no. Smoking seriously messes with my air filters and they're a hassle to replace. Don't mind me though, smoke to your heart's content.
Thanks. So why don't you tell me about this guardian of yours? I want to know what kind of woman she is.
Sure. Well, her name is Sophia Graham.
Really? Graham. Spelled like that. The same way Anna's name is spelled. So you're saying that the ghost that's basically haunting my ass at the bar is probably her dead daughter?
What the hell?
I mean, maybe I'm just making a reach and maybe having a name Graham spelled like that in the future is very common. I don't fucking know. I don't live in the future. I'm just a present-day barista. Graham? Yeah, see, Jill's picking up on it.
She's a retired PE teacher. Nowadays, she works at a gym during the morning shift. She's pretty fit, if I do say so myself. She had a daughter. Apparently, she suffered from nanomachine rejection all her life.
Thank you, Nova, for adding that to the counter.
And when she finally healed, she was hit by a truck.
What was her daughter's name?
I don't know. I never asked, really. Are you okay? I'm reading fear. Or is that surprise? It's hard to tell.
I'm fine. Yeah, wait. Read?
Well, I don't see emotions like you do. I have to make do with a combination of body heat readings, face recognition, and context.
The subsequent head pat and fear, the combination of the two is very entertaining to me.
I'm still a bit confused about some, but I've gotten better with time. Anyway, you sure you're fine?
Yeah. Scared or surprised? She's not wrong, though. Wait, does that mean your last name isn't really Hayes?
Hayes is just my artistic name. Sounds more exotic, and that's what people usually look for in this business. I tried other names, though. Dolores Hayes, Genesis Graham. I tried Dorothy Warrior once, but a legal team came out of nowhere and stopped me cold.
So what's your legal name, then?
Rebecca Dorothy Willow Graham. Bit of a mouthful if you ask me.
So Dorothy's actually your second name. Should I call you something like Becky, then?
People have always called me Dorothy rather than Rebecca for some reason. That's why I chose it. It's useful, too. People have tried to falsify stuff using my name, and they always get caught.
Because they use Dorothy Hayes as their name?
Yep. Only my mom, guardian, calls me Rebecca, so it's weird to hear it from others.
What about Willow?
Willow is my first surname, actually. When I got registered, my guardian was married to a guy who had Willow as a last name. Shortly after I joined their household, they separated, so I was left with his family name first.
Hold on, so your real name in short would be Rebecca Willow?
Doesn't have the same pizzazz to it, if you ask me.
Whatever you say, Becky.
Stop it! Be like if I call you Julianne all of a sudden. Ugh. Whoa, that was anger I read just now. Lots of anger.
I think it's weird enough already if you call me Jill instead of Honey.
Weird, huh? How you can end up feeling associated with a name that's not yours. I have an uncle that always called me Tina.
Oh, I have an uncle that always called me Tina. Kept calling my cousin Tina Jill for some reason. Neither of us minded, though, because he's calling us what he thinks we're called instead of mixing us up. Then it's completely useless to try to correct him. But you know, maybe that effect is true for your clients, too.
How so?
Well, you're worried about your clients not hiring you because you're you, right? Think about what happens when it's announced that a character will be played by a different actor. Sure, it's a character, but people are also going for the actor playing the character.
So you're saying they go for my roleplay instead of just mere roleplay?
Sounds too far-fetched.
Sounds plausible, actually. Okay, honey, I'll take my leave now. I don't want to take up all of your break. Thanks for the chat. See you at the party tomorrow.
Bye. I need to remember to buy more cigars. Back? Did I miss something? Unless you count the worst pay-per-view main event fight I've seen all year. Not really, no. Well, it's a good thing I left wrestling on for you, Dana. Unless she has a TV in her office, which I would not be surprised if she did. Alright. Going out? I'll have a word with Gogo outside. He was so hyped for that match, he must be devastated. Okay. Welcome to Valhalla. Yeah, some people who are wrestling fans take their stuff very seriously, and I imagine that probably has not changed in the future. Like I think it was last Saturday going into Sunday, I was watching a stream, Proton John's stream, where she came out and announced her name as being Claire. A lot of people showed up to that after watching like the first night of WrestleMania and said that was way more exciting and worth their time than the WrestleMania events up to that point had been. So there's that. Oh, hi, Say. You know what? It's been like a week and a half. I don't remember what voices I've given to anybody. I mean, some people obviously, but like, anyway. I think... Whatever. Fuck it, we ball!
Good evening, Jill.
How are you doing?
Nightmares have stopped, so I'm sleeping better.
How about your injuries?
My bones are healing nicely, my wounds finally closed. The scars itch a bit, though.
But that just means the healing process is in fact happening. Well, that's good to hear. Are you by yourself today?
Yeah, I'm running a couple of errands by myself today, but I wanted to come here for a while.
I also noticed the big guy from last time is outside.
Buster? Stella doesn't want me being alone while I'm still healing, so she suggested taking him with me.
Ah, I see. What can I get you?
Something cold.
Sure. Something cold for Say. I think... Nope. Shit. Well, we also know, Say doesn't really like well, she's not a white knight anymore, so I guess she could drink more if she wants to. Fuck it, let's just check it out. Basic promo blend, aged mixed. On the rocks and mixed. Harvest spike. Aged mixed, blended. On rocks and blended. On the rocks and blended. Keep that in mind. Keep flipping. Oh, you know what? I feel like we've given her this one before. I still need to set up a command for that or something. Need to set up a command for the moon! But she is out of work, so we'll just give her a regular size one. Moon! I think you'll like this one.
Really? So sweet of you. Thanks.
So, Stella isn't with you today?
She's throwing a mega Christmas party tomorrow and is having a meeting today. I'm just helping her by checking on some of the things she ordered.
And here I was, all ready to invite you to the party we're throwing tomorrow.
You're throwing a party too? Sorry about that. Can't really say no to Stella. Maybe next time?
If there is a next time at all. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
I want you to know that I want you to have a good time. Have fun. Drink a couple of beers in our honor.
I will then. What are Stella's Christmas parties like?
They're really big. There's lots of food and drinks and music. Sometimes there's too much food, though. So at the end of the party, she lets the staff take home whatever's left. She also buys toys for all the children of her staff members.
Really?
She says something about taxes or whatever, but during the whole thing, she just shines. She carries a beaming smile that I don't see any other day of the year. Many of the kids have even started calling her Auntie Ella. Stella always does her best to put up a tough girl facade. She's very much in touch with her inner child. Christmas, Easter, Halloween. Name a party and she most likely celebrates it big.
Interesting.
Do you like parties, Jill?
I don't mind them. They're a good place to see people. Not one to actively look for parties to attend, though. I just don't mind going to them. Yeah, same. Like, I'm not just gonna pull up to a random party, but if, like, I'm invited by somebody I know who's gonna be there, it's a time. Man, I can't remember the last party I went to that wasn't, like, related to our wedding. I did go to a friend's Christmas party a few years ago. This was quite a few years ago. And I couldn't even do any... That sentence was not about to say I couldn't even do any drugs. There were no drugs at that party. But I say it depends on the size and noise volume. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Nah, this party was like a bunch of friends from work. From where I was working at the time. One of them was hosting a party at their place. Invited a bunch of other, you know, other co-workers. Not like a work... Not like a quote-unquote like work-sponsored Christmas party, but it was mostly a lot of the younger people. You know, people my age and younger. You know, mostly the people in their 20s. Gotta draw the line. I refuse to be sent into a sensory overload for anyone. That is so fair. That is so valid. Because at the end of the day, you gotta take care of yourself. Yeah, since I was the driver... Yeah, because I think I feel like I went to that person's house for a party twice. But both times, I couldn't really partake in much because I had to drive. And at least one of them was with my former housemate. And I at least got to take home a couple of the brownies from the party. And the food was really good too, so... I don't think I would ever get invited to such a party again, just because I don't really talk to any of those people anymore. Not that I ever really did in the first place, it was more like my friend who invited me was like also close friends with the person who was hosting the party, and the person who was hosting the party was familiar enough with me that they probably were like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, no. It's exactly like you said, Nova. It depends on the size and noise volume. And also just in general who's gonna be there. As for me, I really prefer to have at least one or two people that I know who are gonna be there. Elsewise, I will be the person sitting in the corner finding the resident pet and lavishing them with attention while trying to not give them my food. Simply because I'm not a social butterfly by any stretch of the imagination. Sitting here talking to myself and talking at y'all is wildly different than being put in a social scenario, I think. Yeah. I'm trying to think about the next party I might get invited to, but I can't even imagine anything. I know there's a friend of mine who is going to have like not like an official marriage ceremony or like wedding or anything like that, but she's gonna have some kind of something for her and her partner at some point. So I think that might be it. Oh, you know what? No, I'm entirely wrong. Though I guess it depends on your definition of a party. The last thing... Yeah, you can go to break at any time when you're streaming. Yeah, basically. Like, if I'm getting a little overloaded or overstimulating. You can't really do that at an IRL setting. I mean, the closest you can get is you claim you have some kind of tummy troubles and you retreat to the bathroom. Which, frankly, I have done in the past. Yeah, so now that I think about it, the last party I got actually invited to wasn't more like a party like we're talking here, but it was for my friend's baby shower. So, if we're counting that, that's the last party I got invited to. It was a fun time, though. Ate way too much food. Ah, I see. I only go to parties that Stella is attending because otherwise I'd just stand there without anything to say. Girl, same. I'm not one to wear dresses, you know? You're not? I'm a tad too ripped. They don't look cute on me. Well, not with that attitude, they don't. Although with all this healing I have to do, I won't be as fit for a while. They're too, breezy, too. I feel like I'm wearing nothing. Write you down in my state for my birthday, but there's not enough time to plan. That's the part where you just get a jump start on next year. Plus, I know you've got a whole bunch of shit coming up anyway. So, like, focus on that stuff first. And eventually someday we can have a different kind of party. It might not be a party so much as just hanging out. IRL, which would be slightly different than what we already do, just hanging out on Discord. Would not make the time any less quality, though. And I bet you'd look good in a dress, Jill. It's been years since I last wore one. I wouldn't know. Last time I wore one, I remember worrying my arms were too thin or something like that. That's kind of ironic because a lot of times I know a lot of people worry about how their arms look. They mostly worry that they're too fat. Or that they're like too flabby or something. At least that's what I've seen. Like, at least that's what I've seen people worry about. And it's like, girl. You know what's gonna look bad? You know what makes it look bad? Your lack of self-confidence. Girl, just don't own your dress. Three of us could make it a party if we tried. I mean, if you go to a restaurant and you get a table, they're all like, you know, if you do a reservation, you're like, insert last name here, party of 3. So like, there is also a Ninja Sex Party song called Party of 3, but that is a completely different kind of party. Sorry, thought I saw something. Or rather, I did see something, but I'm gonna leave it be. We all have a complex, huh? I mean, even Stella has her own. That's hard to imagine. It's just a spider. Just a little guy. He's not doing nothing, he's just crawling around on the wall. Just I don't think it's any kind that'll hurt me. I don't think we have any of those around here. I think it was just a little spindly guy. He was on the wall in the middle of my ring light, so that's why it caught my eye. Because it was all lit up, I could see it. I was like, buddy, what are you doing? You good over there? Yeah, no, he's not hurting anybody. He's not hurting anything. Oh, but she does have one. She just stresses a lot about her plus size. Really? She's not that small. I think I'm smaller than her, in fact. Actually, it's the opposite.
The opposite kind of complex, I mean. She's a bit self-conscious about having a big chest.
Really? Again, see bigger chests than hers, to be honest. Although I guess comparisons are useless here. They rarely help with complexes.
Yeah, he's just a little guy. Not a little guy like Bartholomew over on the Desk Agents channel, though. Different form of little guy altogether. Well, she does go the extra mile to hide it. In fact, I have no idea how she does it. I mean, I've seen her before and after she tucks him away, but I guess I never cared enough to ask the specifics. That's also why when she goes out, she styles her hair in those, drills. They look a bit drilly, don't they? She styles her hair like that to help divert attention away from her chest. She seems affluent enough, why not go through with a... She seems affluent enough, why not go through a reduction surgery? Because she also kind of likes having that size. She takes her bust size after her mom, and Miss Carmine is quite proud of her chest.
Puffing out your chest is a sign of confidence, and a bigger chest means more confidence to show. I mean, I don't know if she has a method other than, like, maybe a futuristic kind of binder or something. Or she does the thing where you, like, push the breast tissue, like, as much as you can back into the side. So it, like, goes more towards your armpits or something. I don't know.
She says something along those lines a lot. Stella has quite the admiration for her mom, so I guess breast reduction would feel like betraying her? Huh. I'm making it sound like she's hiding J-cups or something like that. I guess in a taller or thicker person her size would be normal. She's just a bit shorter and thinner than the norm. Do you get self-conscious about your bust size, Jill?
Not really. I've been more self-conscious about my height. Yeah, Jill doesn't seem self-conscious about it. She just gets more annoyed when people, like, speculate about it. Like when Streaming Sean came through and called her flat bartender. I would like to debuff that because I got a big chest and I got no confidence. Well, you deserve to have all the confidence in the world. God damn it. Although it usually comes up whenever not being average height hinders me somehow. What about you?
Yes and no. It's not my bust size, but rather that I look too manly sometimes. And I can't help but wonder if bigger boobs would help with that.
You're fine, don't worry.
Thank you. Can I get you anything else? Do you have something non-alcoholic?
One day I shall have all the confidence. Hell yeah, I look forward to that day for you. I do, give me a sec.
Something non-alcoholic for say.
So that'll be something.
Apologies for that brief interlude. Mr. Barista just brought me some pizza.
It smells and looks very tasty. Though knowing him, it also probably like just came out of the oven, so I'm gonna have to... Well, I guess I don't have to, but I'm gonna leave that for a minute. Well, we know... Yes, pizza. I can't tell if this is the 3 meat or the supreme. Yeah, Blue Fairy is something that we give her because it kind of matches her hair. And it also has optional karma tree. Age. Yeah, we don't want you burning your mouth. Yeah, no, if then I have to do the rest of the show like this. Serve it. Here. Thanks. You're not one to drink that much alcohol, are you? Jill, why are you acting surprised? We know this. Makes me feel sleepier, at the very least makes my legs go numb. It's an annoying feeling, to be honest. Makes me wonder what's so good about getting drunk. I mean, I'm not above it, but it's not exactly a pleasant feeling. You feel like you're sleepy even when you're not. Your legs go numb, everything starts sounding funnier than it really is. What's so good about not being able to control yourself? That's a good question, actually. Usually people like feeling numb because that numbness helps them forget their problems. Even if we don't talk about alcohol, there's a portion of people that can't afford food. God damn it. Or who are suffering from some pain that only alleviates when drunk or high. It doesn't sound really logical on paper, but then again, humans are rarely, if ever, logical creatures. Despair and pain cloud your judgment and make you do stupid things sometimes. Yeah, I've seen that firsthand. This world has an ugly side nobody deserves to be a part of. It's also a matter of addiction, you know? Start just liking the drink, but then you need more of it, and before you know it, you're hooked. Oh yeah, that too. So tell me, what kind of party are you guys throwing? Nothing fancy. It'll just be me, Boss, Gil, a couple of regulars. They'll bring food, we'll chat for a while. That's it. Man, that sounds so good. At least better than the whole planning madness Stella is throwing right now. If you ever throw something like that again, you let me know, you hear? Sure. Hey, say. Yeah? What do you plan on doing now? I'm gonna check one last errand before going home. No, I mean, what do you plan on doing now with the White Knights disbanded and all? There we go. To be honest, I don't know. I never prepared Plan B because I figured if you go with a Plan B, why not just make it a Plan A? I'm not the brightest person, so I never graduated from college or even high school. I could go for a position with the police, but it wouldn't be as thrilling. I'm tired of blatant corruption. Sick of it. Oh. But I'm alive. I learned something after that hell in Apollo Trust. Life is not something that you can just throw away easily. Clawing my way out of that place made me realize just how much I want to be alive. Body count left in the bank was ridiculous, but I'm still here. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm alive. I'll figure it out sooner or later. It's nice to know. Well, I gotta go. Bye, Jill. Good luck with the party. Please come again. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hi, Mr. Detective.
Hey there, girl. Give me a strong drink, won't you?
Alright. Something strong for Mr. Detective. Perhaps something manly? I mean, if we're talking alcohol strong, we could give him a goddamn fringe weaver. also know he's cheap as fuck, so let's just give him a goddamn gut punch. Give him a big one. Because I accidentally made it big. Big gut punch. Here you go.
Yes, this'll do.
So what brought you here?
Nothing special, I was just working on a case and happened to be in the area.
What kind of work?
Tracking someone, a gun for hire.
What about the girl, Crimson something?
I am tracking that girl.
Didn't you just get out of that job?
I did, but the guy offered a huge amount of money and, well, I just couldn't refuse again.
Well, it's your life, not mine. I wonder, though, there has to be more to that whole thing than just acting as a middleman to look for some murderer.
Say, how safe is this place?
We're protected by the BTC property laws, the walls are soundproof. I really couldn't give less of a shit about selling info to anyone.
Okay then. Wait, soundproof walls? Why?
Did you see those vending machines outside? They're quite talkative, the bastards. It'd be annoying without those walls.
Alright then. Have you heard of Lord Lance Lavender?
No.
He's some big name from Kanye Mania. His blood apparently has some weird reaction to Glitch City's nanomachines. Once in contact with the air, it does nothing. But if still fresh and touching someone's blood, the nanomachines will initiate a reaction. Essentially, they'll just eat through the other person's body until there's nothing left.
Oh.
They're using him as a guinea pig to see what causes that reaction and if it could be used to fight nanomachine rejection.
Uh-huh.
Well, turns out the Crimson Rose is his daughter. She left years ago to earn her living here and he hasn't seen her ever since.
He could be lying, you know.
Doubt it. I did my research. She really is his daughter.
Why didn't you figure that out earlier?
I had no clue who was making the contract. Tracking all the messages to the source would have been too costly. Knowing who the sender was made things easier.
I see. Can I get you anything else?
What about a cobalt velvet?
Okay. Cobalt velvet for Mr. Detective. On the rocks. Here.
Oh, you actually did it.
Were you expecting me to mess up so you didn't have to pay?
No.
So what made you accept the contract anyway, keeping in mind all the risks you told me last time?
He told me he wanted to see her again one last time, or at the very least deliver her a message.
Could have been lying.
Yes, people lie. You made your point. Even then, I felt like I couldn't say no. I mean, I know what it's like not being able to find your daughter.
Really? Are we about to get the hot fucking Jason Alexander lore?
What it's like to be apart from her, not knowing what she's doing or even if she's alright.
You do?
I have a daughter. She's about your age. She was a teen, we had a big fight, and she ran away from home. At first, I just waited for her to show up, but then I started getting worried and I went out to find her. Couldn't find any trace of her. Nobody had seen her. Soon I was worried if something might have happened to her. I guess that's how my tracking skills and list of contacts began to grow. I finally found her, taking cover in some dumpster unconscious from starvation.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, I just couldn't say no to his request of finding his daughter. But I don't expect you to understand.
So how's the search going?
I'm very close to finding her. That girl's pretty good at covering her tracks. Compared to her from before the bank incident, though, she seems slower somehow.
Maybe she got hurt too.
Either she's let her guard down or something else is happening.
What will you do when you find her?
I have this letter I'm supposed to deliver to her. I don't know what it says, and I don't want to find out.
What if she tries to kill you?
I might not look like it, but I can take care of myself, bartender. You don't stay so long in this business without picking up a couple of tricks.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay, I better go back to work before her trail goes cold.
Please come again.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay then, I want you here tomorrow at 8 p.m. No working beforehand. The bar will be closed tomorrow.
Yeah, just like I thought.
Come dressed in your absolute best. We're having a party after all.
Alright. Where's Gil, by the way?
Stored all of our things in his home because of how close it was to the stores. So I told him to go home already and bring the stuff tomorrow.
I see. Well, see you tomorrow, boss.
Hold on, wait a bit and I'll go with you.
Oh, sure. Thanks. There we go. Drinks total 1,780. No mistakes, thank God. 30% commission, $534, 400 in tips, $500 flawless service bonus.
I know this small party is what you needed.
$300 bonus from Dana. Today's total transfer $1,734 for a total of $5,005.50. Merry Mega Christmas. Let us celebrate Santa's resurrection as the Mega Santa that saved Christmas from the Redmonds. Happy holidays. On that note, I think I may have been sitting in my chair for too long because I am just extremely uncomfortable. So we will first let us save, and we can come back tomorrow to the Mega Christmas Party. And by doing that, we'll get together, we'll all have a whole lot of fun. I will stop having the goddamn hiccups. Yeah, I probably just sat wrong at some point today. So I'm just gonna call it now. Go take care of myself. Go sit in something slightly more comfortable anyway. Unga bunga. Jump scare. Yes, we cannot have the standard barista stream without the barista jump scare. I mean, I guess we could, but it wouldn't be quite as fun, I think. Let's go see who we got. If anybody has any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the chat for who we want to raid. And if not, I think we got a couple of options. It's more fun with it. Well, thanks. You know what? I haven't got a chance to raid him yet. Let's go. Wait for my computer to fucking catch up with me. That would be fucking phenomenal. It's fun to try to time the message to the actual jump scare. Well, I wish you luck with that because I don't even know when I'm going to do it most of the time. Quite frankly. So we're gonna go raid Nello Head. Seribot emote falling right on my head. Was playing Repo with some friends. Nello was a fun time to watch on his interview with Des. I've been wanting to go hit him up with a raid a bit more. And I finally get the chance to. That's why it's fun. Yay! Oops, I forgot the second raid emote. Oh well, who cares? So yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Nello and everybody else. And tonight, I hope everybody goes and gets some rest. Get rest, stay hydrated, eat some good food, all that good stuff to take care of yourself however you need to. And we will be back tomorrow with more Valhalla. Celebrate the mega Christmas party!